Mark Dog, good morning. No one. Morning, guys. Brother Pajamas in the house. I did have a great weekend. How about you, Mark Dog? It's Monday, leg day. I love leg day. How was your guys' weekends? We'll get a little BS back and forth going on before everybody gets in here. How was the weekend? Badabuco, good morning. Good morning, sir. Jack is here, Reese is here. We had a nice little walk. They both pooped. Had a little breakfast. Hi, Jackie boy. Edmund Romanoff, good morning. So, Edmund, no ab video tonight, actually. Change of plans. There is a video coming out tonight. But tonight's video is a recovery and stretch video, which I didn't even know we were actually doing. I thought we were doing some massage techniques. No one told me when I got there. There was a lot of stuff going on that day. The ab video will be on next week's video, so stay tuned for it. That one's coming. I think maybe I'll have to change my schedule around and do a video where I can jump in and train. Stephanie, good morning, mama. Luke, good morning, big guy. How are you, sir? Good to see you all on here on this fine Monday morning. Had a great leg day today. Started out with some seated hamstring curls. Got a few high rep sets in to get the blood going. Then I did 5 sets of lying hamstring curls, progressing up in weight. Try to hit at least 10 reps on those. Then I supersetted the seated adduction machine with the vertical leg press. We did 4 sets of air, so I was going for 15 really strict, slow squeeze reps on that adduction. And then sets of 20 I was going for on the leg press. So I did 4 sets of those. So then I did 3 sets of single leg extensions. And then what we did was we supersetted leg extensions with the regular leg press. So really strict sets of 12 on the leg extension, but shooting for 15 to 20 reps on the leg press. Last 2 sets I was struggling to get 15. I may have jumped up a little bit more than I needed to. And then 4 sets of Bulgarian split squats to finish it off. Felt very good. Did a little abs myself today. It was a good session. Scatman, I'm going to Aceto all day, baby. I love Chris Aceto. No disrespect to Sean Roy, great bodybuilder. If we're picking physiques, I'm going Sean Ray. But as far as just the beef that's going down, the positioning, Chris Aceto, great coach. Great coach. Mancini, good morning, sir. Kay Graham's live as well. She'd be stealing my thunder. Melanie, good morning. Good morning. So let's see here. Good, Luke. Yeah, I'm curious to see what it's done also, man. I'd like to know. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, we're going to, Edmund, great idea. Me and you are on the same page. I actually told those guys, the video guy and Chris, last week I'd love to do that. So that's coming too. What time do I eat my last meal? So my last meal is a shake. It's my infamous poop shake. I've been talking about it for years. And it's between 10 and 11 o'clock. Depending on what I going on. So, you know, sometimes guys, like, let's say there's a UFC on, and I'm up until 1, whatever in the morning, then it's a little later. Then it's a little later. But I do that shake pretty much before I go to bed. Now, if I fall asleep, Well, let's say I eat my last like actual meal at 8 or so, right? 8:30. And we're watching TV, we're watching a movie, I fall asleep. I make sure I get up and have that thing before I go back to bed. Solid Snake Eyes, good morning. Luke, they won't let you donate blood with your iron that low. They'll usually test you beforehand. They typically test you beforehand and won't let you do it. I'd be very surprised. The reason I know this is that's actually something that happened to me one time. So, you know, interesting enough, I was feeling kind of crappy and I felt very sluggish and whatnot. And I was like, man, maybe I gotta donate blood. Sometimes I feel better after I donate blood if my hematocrit's really high. I've heard other guys say that as well. Man, I went in there and they were like, listen, you can't donate blood. Your iron's way too low. So I went and I had a blood test done. And man, it was the opposite, man. My hematocrit was low and my iron was low. I had to get a bunch of iron transfusions back in 2020, I believe that was. No, excuse me, it was 21. Because it was before I went to prison, I remember now. That was rough, guys. That was rough little patch. Something similar happened to Billy Gagliardo, my buddy Billy. So Mancini, you got the new Ulta Watch 2 from Apple. Highly recommended. I've been actually, Marissa wants to get me an Apple Watch. All I care about it for, guys, is the fitness stuff. I don't care about any of that other stuff. I just want the fitness stuff, so I don't know which one I need. I heard like the 7 or 8 that I don't need the brand new one. If I'm just getting the fitness stuff, I don't want to be spending a lot of money. Luke, I would skip that altogether. I didn't see you in a position where you really needed to do that anyway. I would focus on getting that iron sorted out and why it's so low. You can get another blood test if you want, but your ferritin was off too. So usually when the iron and ferritin are off like that, I don't want to throw your personal business out here like this. That's, you know, oftentimes a sign of anemia. Not saying you're anemic, but it's something to look into for sure. Stephanie's got the Fitbit. She likes it. Yeah, I don't know. Different people have told me different things. All I care about, I don't want to text on it. I don't want social media on it. I just want the fitness stuff. Really, primarily, to be honest with you, because I want to integrate it into my bod pod that I have now. Man, that scale is amazing. Fitness people, I highly recommend it. It's another level to just weighing yourself. And it's really cool the amount of metrics that they have on there to track. You know, body fat percentage, visceral fat, your body's water, sodium levels. It's really, really cool. It even breaks down the symmetry of your body parts. You can go driving with it too? Okay. Yeah, I don't care about texting and all that. I just want to track my health markers. But anyway, Stephanie, the company is Hume Health, Hume Health. It's called the Bod Pod. And it's essentially like having your own in-body scan. It's honestly amazing. It's way cooler than I thought. I saw some stuff on it, and I was like, wow, that's neat. And Marissa was so sweet to get it for me for Christmas. It's really cool. It is really, really cool, and it tracks everything so you can monitor your own progress that way. Very, very cool. Bolshoi, where were you, bro? Where were you on Friday? We missed you. It was a little quiet. Best of the bodybuilding cardio Q&A. Yeah, baby. I appreciate that. We missed you. We missed you, Bolshoi. Where you been? Even your sleep, yeah. Good morning, Bolshoi. Oh, so I have to share this with you guys. So, 14 hours difference. Wow. Weird Science, 1985, or Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Oh my God. Good choices, Bolshoi. I'm going Weird Science just for Kelly LeBrock. Super, super attractive. She had the pretty lips. Yum, yum. Kelly LeBrock for the win. Good movies. Good movies. Mancini says Bill and Ted. I wonder, what do you guys think? I have to share this with you guys because we've been going along and talking about Dexter. And we finally finished Dexter. We finished Dexter yesterday. And honestly, man, after all that, a lumberjack. No disrespect to lumberjacks, by the way. No disrespect to lumberjacks. But after all that, the final scene of friggin' Dexter is him alive by himself being a lumberjack. Get out of here. Very disappointing. Very, very, very disappointing. Now, I know there's some spin-offs that we can watch, so I guess I'll have to do that. Man, honestly, the last season was the best season of Dexter, if you ask me. The last ending, I was so excited. It was building up so much. Hannah was back. I love Hannah. Marissa didn't really like Hannah. She thought that she was bad news. I really was into Hannah. Deb lost her mind. They killed Deb. I was very, very sad that Deb had to die. And then he drives off into the hurricane. I'm like, this ninja lost his damn mind. Abandons his son, goes into the hurricane. I'm like, all right, hey, that's his way of sailing off into the sunset. What a crazy mofo. But no. He ditches his family to be a damn lumberjack. Terrible ending. Scatman says, was the Dexter ending worse than the Game of Thrones or Son of Anarchy? So, honestly, the Game of Thrones ending is the worst ending ever. The Game of Thrones ending is the worst ending ever. The Game of Thrones ending was so bad that I didn't even speak for 24 hours. I went into a vow of silence for 24 hours. I left the house, I walked around the neighborhood for a while, and I thought to myself, can't believe I watched all that. Very disappointing ending. Listen, I'm glad I watched it. It was very good. So let me think about the Vikings. I've watched Vikings Valhalla. I've watched a bunch of the Viking stuff. I like the Vikings a lot. Good stuff. Let's see here. Babysitters 1994 with Barbarian Brothers or Curly Sue. I'm trying to think of Curly Sue. I don't know if I remember Curly Sue. What was Curly Sue? Babysitters was good. Let's see. Red Devil, what up? Mancini, you know what? I started to watch Squid Games and I wasn't feeling it. Oh, James Belushi played in Curly Sue? I probably saw it then and liked it. We'll go with Belushi for the win there over the Barbarian Brothers. Digital Underground, the Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump. Do it, baby. Do the hump, the hump. Go on and do the hump, the hump. Or, oh shit, that girl is poison. Belle Biv DeVoe, definitely. You can never, ever, ever trust a big butt and a smile. Don't do it. Not trust a big butt and a smile. The last Game of Thrones season felt rushed. I only liked the battle scene with the undead. Yes, that was a great, epic battle scene. I felt the same way about it. If you're gonna do something, Scatman, do it right. That's what I always say. If you're gonna have to rush and put some half-ass shit out there, haste makes waste, right? Haste makes waste. I haven't watched the new Squid Games, but so many people were like, Squid Games, Squid Games, Squid Games. I watched the first episode, and I was like, of the original one, right? And I was like, am I watching the right thing? Watched the second one, and then I bailed out on it. Wasn't for me. Bolshoi Kush says, you are notoriously known for having a good gay radar. What about Judar? Oh, I can identify a Jew from a mile away. First of all, you got to look at the nose to hand ratio. These are some inside things that a lot of people don't know about. Larger nose, smaller hands. Now, you could have a big nose, of course, and not be Jewish. And you could have small hands and not be Jewish. But you got the big nose, small hand combo, even on a larger guy. Now then you pair that with the little Jew fro, the little Jew curls. They're like little Jerry curls. You see that combination, it's a guarantee. It's a guarantee. Narrow clavicles and wider hips on the men. Boca is the Jewish capital. It is. Now, I will tell you, you can't go, don't, there are always abnormalities and anomalies like Bill Goldberg and Aaron Singerman, both big guys, broad shoulders, big dudes. Those are, those are like the Shaquille O'Neals of the Jewish society. They're, you have to look for that as well. Shout out to all my Jewish friends out there. Race Biology Live, yes. Take your notes down. Remember Borat, throw the Jew down the well? Throw the Jew down the well. Classic. Ryan, when do you want to come live? Who do I think is going to make it for the Super Bowl? You guys asked me this a couple weeks ago, and I admitted that I haven't been watching a lot of football, but I kind of know who's good. And I said the Ravens for the AFC, which it looks like they won this weekend, so I wasn't off there. I want it to be anybody but the Chiefs in the AFC, but right, I don't like the Chiefs, so I was rooting for anyone but them. So I said Ravens, and I said I thought maybe Eagles on the NFC side. Badabuka says, if I could, I would make movies on Bertle Fox, Vince Strawn, and PJ Braun. Wow, good company for me. Thank you, I'll take it. Charles Dara or Nick Manning, dropping loads. I was involved in some business ventures with Nick Manning for a little while. Pretty funny. We were gonna do some shit. Do you know that he has the dropping loads champagne? Hilarious. Great movie, Mancini. Let's see. I think maybe Charles Dara, though. I kind of like Charles Dara, the roughness. After Daddy Trump will conquer Canada and Greenland, you think USA also must own the moon and call it Moon Eric? Because Americans first landed on the moon. But did we really land on the moon, Bolshoi? Did we really land on the moon? Hopefully the Texans beat the Chiefs. I hope so too. I'm not a fan of the Chiefs, mainly because of Taylor Swift. Bonsai, brother. Good morning, good morning. Nick Manning is the man. Yeah, he was actually pretty cool to deal with. He was working on a video game, actually, back then. It was pretty funny. Sway says, I used to hate when any Pippi Longstockings or Pee Wee Herman movies came out as a kid. Creep me out. Definitely creepy, for sure. But now I'll say that as an adult, it's even creepier. It's actually even creepier as an adult with all that we know. That being said, I will also say that I find Pee Wee Herman as an adult to be very funny now. When I look back at that old stuff, what a weirdo. Mancini says we did not go to the moon. What do you guys think? Bullshit says, I remember dumbass comments of Jimmy Pilecchia about the fact that it wasn't a real landing on the moon. It's very funny to hear the conspiracy theorists go back and forth with this. Rod Stewart, do you think I'm sexy? Or Prince of the Revolution, sexy mofo. Hard to go against Prince, man. Hard to go against the Prince, but I think that's the one Rod Stewart song besides Maggie that I really like. So I'm going with the Stewart on that one. He is dumb, isn't he? Mancini. Pippi Longstockings is coming into your life. Oh, Jack didn't like that. Sorry, Jackie. White Knights, 1985, or definitely Footloose. Footloose. Kevin Bacon in his prime with the quick feet. Of course, remember Pippi Longstocking. How can you forget? With the pigtails. Tanya, good morning. Good morning. Cardio Q&A, Monday, leg day. Feeling good. Feeling good so far. Had a good weekend. Had a nice date night on Friday night with Marissa. We went to Abe and Louie's. Shared a porterhouse for two, even though it's three of us. Blas and Yorga Navarro. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. Bacon is 66 years old. Wow, still moving. Still moving. Look at him. Drowning pool bodies. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Or Disturbed. Land of Confusion was a good cover. It was a good cover, but still a cover. I'm going Drowning Pool. What celebrities I've seen in Boca Raton? Man, I don't even know, to be honest with you. I've been here for so long, I don't know who I've seen and haven't seen anymore. I'm trying to think. I think when I first moved down here, I ran into more people because Adam Sandler has a house down here. And I used to live over by where he lives. But I guess it depends on who you think is a celebrity. Like I saw Vitor Belfort at the doctor one day. I also saw that actor. He's in really, really good shape. Black guy from that 50 Cent show. Handsome guy, really handsome. He was also in that zombie movie, the Army of the Dead, maybe, I think it was called. Good looking guy, great shape, good physique. He was actually much shorter than I expected him to be. Saw him at the doctor, met him briefly at the doctor. Met Hulk Hogan on a plane. I've told that story coming back to Florida. Anyway, let's get back to business here. Sway Garcia says, my brother started a carnivore diet a few weeks ago. Losing some decent weight. What are your thoughts on carnivore? I think it's great. I think anything that you can stick to and commit to is going to be great for you. And I also think that there is a lot of ways to get in shape. I don't believe in one end-all, be-all. Now, if I were to say what's probably overall the best way to eat for healthy, sustainable living for the greatest majority of people, I would pick a Mediterranean style diet. Now, I also can't argue that there is some good data that suggests that vegan dieting is very beneficial. Not for me. I'd rather go carnivore than vegan, but now we're getting into these elimination type of diets, and I have done very, very well with ketogenic diets myself. And my last couple years of competing, I really responded best to carb cycling. So the best diet, as Melanie just reiterated here, is the diet that you can stick to the best. You have to like what you're doing. You have to like what you're doing. I used to eat fish at every meal. People thought it was weird. I love fish. I responded well to it. I knew people that despised fish, that were like, please don't make me eat fish. Please don't make me eat fish. Not even one meal, they couldn't do it. So I wasn't gonna force them to eat fish and make their lives miserable. So if your friend is doing the carnivore, he's getting results, he's feeling good, I say stick with it. Stick with it. We're gonna do a video definitely on dieting, Badabuco, for show. For show. What did I watch this weekend? I watched this movie called Honora. I took a chance. I said, let's watch a romance. It was classified as romance drama on Amazon Prime. The only good thing about the movie is it had a naked girl in it a few times. It was actually kind of depressing. Would not recommend it. What else did we do here? Stephanie says, my coach has me carb cycling from time to time, and it's worked pretty well for me so far. Good. See? There's all sorts of different ways to do these things. I would tell you that when it came to my competitors, the majority of my female competitors were doing some sort of carb cycling approach. Men, it was really all different. My weight loss, really, really heavy weight loss clients, I had tremendous success with ketogenic diets. Tremendous success with ketogenic diets. So then I had some people that were very advanced that we toyed around with, IIFYM, fitting their macros a certain way. But these were people that were very advanced and had been doing it for a long time on a high level. I did vegetarian for a month, and I dead ass was running 8 miles super fast for me. However, there's no way I could stick to it. So it was relevant. Rest in peace, Speed. There you go. I enjoy the animal sources of protein so much, it would be extremely hard for me to go without. Now, I will tell you that from the aspect of building as much muscle as possible, I think it'd be extremely difficult to do it without the animal sources of protein. So, for instance, you can watch the special on Brian Johnson on Netflix. Very interesting guy. This is a guy that's doing it at the highest level that you could possibly think of. And he's a vegan. And I'm willing to guarantee that if he was eating some animal sources of protein, he'd probably have 20% more muscle on his frame. So there's a lot of people that were like, oh, he's small. Sure, he's lean, but he's small and this and that, and anybody could look like that. Putting in all that work to look like that. Well, there's a limit to how much you're gonna be able to get as a vegan with vegan sources of protein. Now, there are certain people genetically gifted who can take it farther. I've seen some very good vegan bodybuilders over the years. They were never monsters, but these are guys that also had really incredible genetics. And I also would like to say that I think all of them, to my knowledge, built a lot of muscle and then converted over to being vegan and continue to have success that way. So perhaps they would not have accumulated as much muscle otherwise. Let's see, what else we got going on here today? Bolshoi Kush, Avenged Sevenfold, love Avenged Sevenfold. Great in concert. Hail to the King, good song. Or Shinedown, Sound of Man is great song. Shinedown, great singer. I love Avenged Sevenfold though. I'm going Avenged Sevenfold on that one. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. What else we got going on here today, guys? Legs, man, I fried my legs today. In a good way, though. Nothing was hurting, that's always nice. Let's see. Marissa's actually working today. She usually doesn't work on Mondays, but her best friend can only get in on a Monday, so she's helping out her friend, or one of her best friends. Getting a little hair action going, making her look even more beautiful. And then she and I have a meeting at 2 o'clock that we have to be on. Outside of that, just busting out some chores. She asked me if I would help her put together the crib today. So I said, sure. Shouldn't be that hard. So I hope. Marissa's actually much better at putting things together than I am. She's very, very patient with stuff like that. Thank you for asking about the baby, Mancini. Everything seems to be going well. Mama was having some issues with indigestion, acid reflux, and we got her switched on to some Pepsid AC, which seems to be helping quite a bit. Got to be more careful about what she eats. Certain things really set it off. Does Marissa wear lash extensions, aka Cumbrellas? Yes, she goes. Her friend Brittany. Shout out to Brittany, Brinty Campanelli, out down here in Boca. Brittany C. She does her lash extensions. Advice on becoming a sponsored athlete. If I had $1 for every time I have been asked this over the years, I'd be a billionaire right now. So I've perfected this answer. The key is having something that is of value to the company that you're trying to get a sponsor from. So there's different things that provide value. One of them, right, is a large social media following. That being said, if you have a large social media following and you don't post and connect with your followers, then it's all for naught. And I've actually had people with smaller followings produce a tremendous amount of coupon code sales than people with enormous followings. Another thing would be people that are involved with large groups of people in a fitness space. For instance, coaches are great people to sponsor because they're working with lots of other fitness people and they have influence over those people. Over the years, we love getting coaches involved. So you see where I'm going with the influence aspect of it? Nobody is going to sponsor anybody just because they look really good unless they're literally Mr. or Miss Olympia. That's it. If you're Mr. Olympia, having that title is valuable, but you could win a show, a pro show, and still not have a sponsor. It's a different world now, And business owners are really looking more towards these young influencers and people that are hitting large groups of people. So, do you have a podcast that a lot of people listen to? You know, are you, involved on another platform that, has a lot of people involved in it? It's something that for instance, I've had people that had amazing physiques that didn't do anything on social media, so we turned them down. But we always enjoy people that have podcasts and can connect with more people that way. Beautiful, sickening Rolex. Thoughts on going down to 7-Eleven and getting a Slurpee on a hot summer day? Haven't done it in years, but I was not opposed to the Slurpees back in my youth. My minions. I don't have as many as I used to, Bolshoi. Tanya Miller says, I don't see much attention giving to coaches anymore. Unfortunately, they want young, spastic attention getting kids, a lot of things. Well, I mean, it depends on what you're looking at. Do you see a lot of coaches with sponsorships? A lot of the coaches have their own companies. If you look into that. Many of the top coaches have their own companies, so you got to look for more of the lower tiered coaches. So there's really all different areas, but the least important thing to a company nowadays is the actual physique itself. The physique itself, there's so many good physiques now. There's so many good bodies out there now. They're a dime a dozen. And affiliate marketing has really grown over the years. So would you rather have 1,000 people, right, with 1,000 followers that their 1,000 followers were really interested in what they were saying, or one person with 1 million followers that their people are just there to see the pictures and that's it. Now the other thing is, typically these people with 1 million followers, they want a lot of shit because of their followers, and a lot of companies just aren't willing to pay that anymore. Should Elon Musk buy Mr. Olympia to make it great again? The owners current make it worse each year. Oh man, that's tough. Dan Salon, my buddy, I don't know what needs to be done for the Mr. Olympia. It'd be nice to see them give a bigger prize to these guys. Perhaps the judging needs to be restructured. There's so many different physiques in the mix now. I couldn't tell you, but the one thing that I don't enjoy as much at the shows now is the lighting and video aspect of it. Things just don't seem to look as good on stage now. Ferris Bueller's Day Off or Napoleon Dynamite? Ooh, I love Napoleon Dynamite. I'm going Napoleon on that one. Woo. Tony Miller says, most affiliate programs are total scams now. Well, that may or may not be true, but there are certainly still affiliate programs that are great, especially if you're getting something free out of it. If Nike told me, hey, we'll give you a free pair of shoes every month if you post for us a few times, I'd be happy to do it. Get some free stuff. Should you give a chance to the OnlyFans model or stripper a chance long-term in case you found Jesus and went through psychiatrists? It depends on if you as a person could get over their past. A lot of guys can't. A lot of guys will dwell on that. Oh, well, you used to do this, you used to do that. If you're somebody that can get past that and focus on the future, then I say go for it, because Jesus saves all, baby. If Elon buys the Olympia, he'll bring back the moon pose. That's pretty funny. I like that. I love Napoleon Dynamite. Great movie. I went to school with somebody exactly like Napoleon Dynamite. Now, I don't know what schools are like these days, but if you went to school in the 90s, you knew a Napoleon Dynamite. The Subway is Rock and Roll Queen or Beastie Boys. It's sabotage! I'm going Beastie Boys on that one. 41 minutes in, I'm going to start rolling out. Feeling a little rumbling in my stomach. I think I might need to get onto the toilet. Uh-oh. Tony Miller says, I was an affiliate for Animal. Yes, Animal, for over a year, and we didn't get you. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that about Animal. I've heard people say that about First Form, Animal. It's tough. It's a corny movie, but in a very funny way. B. Rogers, what's going on? Cool in the gang. Fresh or Glenn Frey. You belong to the city. You belong to the city. Definitely you belong to the city. Always Napoleon, you know it. Sleepers 96 or Mystic. Oh, good movies, man. Good movies. I'm going Mystic River on that one. Good choices. Good choices. All right, I'm going to slow down a little bit. I'm getting ready to roll up out of here. Yes, I'm with you, B. Rogers. You Belong to the City is a great song. Jackie's over here chilling. So it's Monday. Lot to do. Any recommendations for training for athletes with wide hips? Should they even train legs and ass? Of course, you got to train everything. Regardless of your genetic structure, you got to train everything. Listen, if you got wide hips, that means you just got to build everything else around it. And the lower your body fat is, the better you can look and work around all this stuff. Jessica Biel is one of the OGs as far as hot badass chicks goes to me. She's still holding it down after all these years. She's actually originally from where I grew up. She went to private school, so I didn't know her. I had a friend that actually knew her. Korn, Blind, or Puddle of Mud, Blurry. Such completely different styles of music. Everything's so blurry and everyone's so fake. But I'm going Blind because that song fires me up still after all these years. Can your dogs tell that Marissa is pregnant? My dogs are scared of Marissa. They know that she means business. They know they're not getting treats from Marissa. They know that she's the enforcer when they're bad. But I think they may know that she's pregnant. Who from right-wing comedians would I like to host the Oscars? That's pretty funny. Would I like to see host the Oscars? Man, there's a lot of funny guys. Does Theo Von count? Shane is very funny. If Theo Von counts, I want him anywhere I can. I didn't know that Justin Long was from Connecticut. It's going good, Luke. The SLP is going, the sloop is going good. Thank you. The biggest thing I've noticed, Luke, did you notice that your poops are different on the sloop? Man, I'm a pooping machine. I normally am always the same with my poops. It's just the timing of the poop seems to be the same. I'm just really pooping. Kings of Leon, the end, or Phantom Planet, California? Not the biggest Kings of Leon fan, or Phantom Planet, really. I'll toss that one up to the crowd. Keith Williams or Stan Efferding? Big Stan Efferding, baby. Tony Hinchcliffe, Ricky Gervais, Ben Shapiro. Great choice to host Oscars. I mean, in a million years, I couldn't see Tony or Ben Shapiro hosting the Oscars. Jason is still Jason Bryan. He's still blowing me up. I might see him this week, actually. Have you seen the recent podcast with Gingerhead and Mel Gibson? I saw that podcast with Mel and Rogan, and a quick little clip of Mel acting very strange on there, talking about ivermectin. Dead man or old boy? What's old boy? Refresh my memory on that one. You see that CNN recently posted that high amounts of lead found in chocolate protein powders. No, I didn't see that. Who did they test? I'm curious. Don Henley, New York Minute, or Christopher Cross, Arthur's theme? Don Henley, definitely. Good choice. Good choice. I need to watch that, Rogan. I haven't watched as much shit lately, I gotta say. Woo, all right, I gotta go to the bathroom really bad. I've been holding it. I went before I went, but it's all coming out. Richard Jones or Silvio Samuel? Definitely Silvio Samuel. Great bodybuilder. I appreciate you guys doing this with me today. We'll be back tomorrow, killing it. I appreciate you guys. I love you all. God bless you all. Peace out. And I'm going Bette Midler on that one, Bolshoi.